please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
With liberty and justice.
Thank you for joining us today. Our first order of business will be to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next, we'll take up the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a commissioner or citizen so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda. All consent agenda items are commission action items unless otherwise noted. Is there anything that needs to be removed?
Madam President, I did want to just make a comment on number 2, and that's the sewer improvements that we do in conjunction with the cities when we do a road. And if in the future or always we could try to convince the cities to design them so that the manhole covers are not right under the wheels of the cars, that would be optimal, seriously. And with that, I'll move approval of the consent agenda.
Second. All right. Any other discussion? All right.
No, because otherwise it's thump, 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 thump.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree with you. All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, nay. Motion passes. There are no items on the regular agenda other than our public communications. Is there anyone who would like to address the commission today? Yes, come on up. And please state your name and address for the record, even though we all know you.
Ann Houserath, 1820 North 7th Street, Boise, 83702. I'd actually like to make a couple brief comments about the 11th Street pathway, but I'm imagining that you don't allow public comments after your work session. Is that correct? So if I can't do them then, I'd like to make them now.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. First off, thank you for approving the low-stress bike network. This is fabulous. It is very, very important. I don't need to tell you all that we have an epidemic here, right? That I think is much worse than the whole vaping thing. There was the kid who was killed last week on Eagle Road. At least one person was hit in the north end, having to go to urgent care this week. This is serious, and your steps in adopting is a great first step. We really, in the North End, very much appreciate the concept of bulb outs on both Hayes and Fort. We also encourage you strongly to lower the speed limit on all residential streets to 20 miles an hour. The evidence is very clear. Fewer people die, fewer people are seriously injured. The cars are too big, the drivers are too distracted. If we can slow them down, fewer people are going to be killed and maimed. So I think you've done a great job in getting started on this. We in the North End have some serious concerns about the block between Washington and State Street. And I encourage you to continue it all the way to the Greenbelt.
And I want to remind you that you will have an opportunity to talk about all of this at the adoption hearing.
Which is next week?
It is the 23rd, I believe. October 23rd.
Okay, I will be there. So you're having your work session. I just want to let you know this is really, really important because, and before the hearing, I still invite y'all, you can come ride with me. Because I think if we dump people out on State Street, the young, the old, and the timid aren't going to know where to go. So, hey, thank you very much. I'll be back on the 23rd.
Great. We'll look forward to it. All right. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission? Seeing no volunteers, meeting adjourned.